Hey guys and gals, welcome back to the Well-Rounded Dad channel. This is part two of a three-part series where we're working with pork tenderloin. Really an underrated piece of meat. I'm going to link part one in the description below, and that'll help you see how we kind of prep the meat a little bit, talk more about pork tenderloin. And they do come as two in a pack, but yesterday I cut them up as steaks and made a little bit fancier of a meal. This time we're just doing straight pork tenderloin, roasted pork tenderloin, and show you how to do that. It is going to make for a really nice traditional roast, and then have some leftover for additional meals and things that you can do with it. So, as I mentioned yesterday, it is very much like a filet mignon. You do need to season it a lot. It doesn't have a lot of flavor on its own. It is super tender. You don't want to overcook it. Hindsight, I did go a little crazy with the black pepper on this one. I added some barbecue sauce at the end. It was a little spicy too. So the end product ended up being a little overspiced. So maybe back off on the black pepper. Or if you like the sound of that, go for it. Use whatever seasonings you like. I started off here with just salt and pepper. Obviously, if it ends up too spicy for youngins in your family, you can always just, when you go to cut the meat for them, just cut out the outer edges. So what you want to do, and this is really not an optional step, excuse me, you want to brown this first. I have my old stove here set on 6.5, but just put it on whatever you usually cook at. You're not trying to smoke out the house, and you just want that nice sizzle. Whatever you cook, bacon, sausage, chicken, anything else at. Stuck a little bit that first turn. Probably could have added a little more oil to the pan, but no big deal. Basically did 3 turns with it. I had 3 minutes on each side, so 9 minutes total on top of the stove. I'm going to go ahead and add some more seasoning here, some paprika, some Italian seasonings, some seasonings that tend to burn and potentially get bitter. You could add chili powder, you could add, garlic, whatever it is that you're wanting to add at this stage as well. I have the oven preheated to 400 degrees. When you set a pan, whether it be cast iron or an oven-safe pan, in the oven, even though you think there's no chance it would happen, it's just a reaction. You tend to want to just grab that pan, and I've done it, and if you've done it, you know what I'm talking about. So, just a couple things. I try to make sure that I have my oven mitts out, very visible. I actually turn the handle of the pan to the left just because I'm right-handed. So when I go to reach in there, it kind of reminds me, hey, you got to go put oven mitts on. Don't grab that hot pan. You want it to be between 140 and 145. 140 ideally, and this is exactly where I had it hit, 140. This was after 30 minutes of cook time in the oven. So 9 minutes on top of the stove, 30 in the oven at 400. I started checking it at 20 minutes in the oven because if you overcook this, it's just not going to be a very good product at the end. Let it rest for 12 minutes. Slap it on the cutting board. You have to forgive my cutlery. I don't have very good knives right now. This was one of the sharper ones I had. Cutting it on a little bit of a bias there, about 45-degree angle. Again, probably could do a lot better with a thicker, better, sharper cutting knife. But cutting it down. The one thing I like about roast like this too is that the edges, obviously the ends, are going to be more well done than the larger parts. So you can kind of tailor it to each person's preference. Now I'm also doing some thinner slices for tomorrow's video where we're going to use some leftovers to make some really nice sandwiches. You also have the option of cooling this first, and then you're going to be able to get even thinner slices. I'm not trying to go paper thin or anything like that because I don't need that for tomorrow's sandwiches. Hopefully you'll check out part 3 and show you just one creative idea on how to use these for leftovers. The meat came out super tender, super moist. I would say, I mean, you can eat it straight up. If you want to put some kind of sauce on it, you can. In this case, I'm actually going with just a, barbecue sauce that I like, whatever is your preference. You see how much juice was still in that plate from where I was letting it rest. So take a few pieces out just to show you. I'm going to hit them with a little bit of light salt still just on the face of the meat there. Because it's obviously seasoned heavily on the outside, but just hit it with a little bit of salt. Heated up the barbecue sauce in the microwave, and I'm just drizzling it around so that everybody can grab a piece, put it on their plate, and not be completely consumed with the sauce because I really want the meat to stand out on its own. But have a nice little drizzle of sauce there. You can spread that around however you want to do it. But that's what it looks like. See that juice? Lots of nice juice. Alright, so fancy butter knife. Let's see how it does. I scooted it around there a little bit. But you're cutting through a, half-inch piece of pork with a butter knife. This one went a little smoother. You get a pretty good idea on exactly what kind of tenderness you're dealing with. This is going to be a great piece of pork. If you're used to just dried out pork chops, you got to give this a try.